Hey everybody, and welcome back. I am so excited because this week we are walking through the New Testament city of Capernaum. One of the reasons this city is so special and perhaps my most favorite city in the New Testament is because not only did Jesus spend a lot of time here, but there are several scriptures in the New Testament, in the Gospels, that say that Jesus went home to Capernaum. Now there's some debate whether he was living here and he had his own apartment, or perhaps he may have just had a home base here, if you will. There's a scripture where Peter's mother-in-law is extremely ill, and Jesus Christ heals her. It's in this city. As a matter of fact, the structure we're walking up to right now is the house they believed was Peter's mother-in-law's house. It's an octagonal building. There you go. They built a roof over it to protect it, but what you're seeing there underneath, that's the original. It's also this house here that some scholars believe is the one where some friends cut through the roof, ripped open the roof, and put someone down on a mat so Jesus Christ could heal them. This city is well known not because it's Jewish, but because it was packed with Romans and Greeks and people from all over the known world of the time, which I always found to be a beautiful element that Christ would choose that for one of his primary home bases. Now here's something amazing. We're actually walking up to the actual synagogue right now. We're about to walk in the door. The one Jesus Christ would have worshipped in when he was there. This is it. This is the place Jesus would have attended worship when he was in town. It is here that Jesus, actually we have several scriptures of him teaching in this very room, in this synagogue. It is in this synagogue that Jesus Christ would have healed somebody who was possessed. Isn't that pretty cool? So, before we leave this area, I want to take you to a Roman city that's just next door, actually. These are ruins from a Roman city from that time and era. And it's just been phenomenally preserved. They call this the Pompeii of Israel. And there's just so much detail in so many of these areas. You can even see that the tile on the floor, once again, we saw some tile in Jerusalem that was still preserved, nothing quite like this. There's an amphitheater there, and the guy standing there in the middle, he whispered, and you could actually hear him from all the way up where I was taking that photograph. Now, to put all of this kind of into perspective for us, let me zoom back a little bit. Here's some maps from Google, and as you can see, we started in the central south of Israel near Jerusalem, Bethlehem, the Dead Sea, and now we're starting to move northward following the Jordan River, which, by the way, is where John the Baptist baptized Jesus Christ. And we're heading north up to what's called the Galilean region, to the area where the Sea of Galilee is. And so many of the cities and stories from the cities of Jesus Christ teaching, doing miracles, that many of those things happened at. This is also where the city of Capernaum is. Right north of what you see there is the city of Tabgha. But now we're going to move a little bit more south. You may have never heard of the city of Tabgha, but you may have heard of one of the most famous and wonderful stories of what Jesus Christ did there. This is the location where Jesus had been teaching all day long. It was getting to be evening, and the disciples were urging him to send the people home because they were getting hungry. And Jesus basically tells them to feed them. and they say, we don't have enough money. There's no way. In essence, Jesus tells them, don't tell me what you don't have. Tell me what you do have. Go find out. It'll be enough. And they find that they have 5 small loaves of bread and 2 little fish. And Jesus multiplies that bread and fish and feeds 5,000 men. Now remember, this is just the men. So we know that there was others there. And if we assume that only 75% of those men were married, and if we use the conservative number of 2 children for those 75%, that's still roughly around 13,000 people that Jesus Christ fed that day. Now, what you just finished seeing as I was telling that story is the church they built on that hillside to commemorate that holy moment. And now what you're seeing are 2 2,000-year-old olive presses that were found in the area as well. I thought those are just so beautiful. But you're also seeing these fields here filled with these yellowish flowers. These are actually mustard seeds. And as I looked out and saw those fields, I just felt like I need to take a picture because it was reminiscent of one of my favorite scriptures of Jesus Christ when he tells his disciples that if you have faith even the size of a mustard seed, you can say to a mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Now, friends, if you don't mind, we're actually going to pause right here and come back to it in a couple of days. There's actually so much to get to in this region that in order to get this done the next few weeks before summer's over, we're going to do 2 videos this week. Next time we get together, we're going to move to Jericho. You're actually going to get a chance to see the tree that they believe Zacchaeus climbed down to see Jesus. They believe it's still alive. We're going to get a chance to actually go onto the Sea of Galilee, and you're going to see a video of us sailing there so that you can join us in that experience. So I can't wait to come back with you in a couple of days.